est en direct, en live. Vous pouvez suivre sur la page Facebook de TF1 et on est en direct avec deux invités évidemment exceptionnels qui sont deux des plus grosses stars. Yes, you understand exceptional, right? Deux des plus grosses stars de Hollywood, si ce n'est les deux plus grosses stars de Hollywood, among biggest stars in Hollywood, and maybe number one, both actors here, Jennifer Lawrence and Chris Pratt, qui sont avec nous. Je vais essayer de faire l'interview dans les deux langues, français et anglais, et je vais essayer surtout évidemment de leur poser les questions que vous avez posées. I'm going to ask the questions that you guys have been asking within the last hours. Bonjour à tous les deux. Hi. Alors vous êtes en France pour faire la promotion du film Passengers. On voit l'affiche juste derrière, le film Passengers qui sort le 28 décembre en France. On a une dizaine de minutes à passer ensemble avant qu'il ne reparte. On va parler du film évidemment. D'abord, Jennifer, could you tell us what Passenger is about in a couple of words?
That's all you said.
No, I didn't talk about the movie. What it's about?
Passengers is about two people who set to go on an incredible journey, a 120-year journey where you sleep and you wake up on another planet. It's not post-apocalyptic. Earth is fine. It's just for people who want to experience something different. And a malfunction happens, and what's his name? And I wake up together.
Alors vous avez compris, hein, ils partent dans l'espace pour un voyage qui doit durer 120 ans et puis il y a un petit problème technique et Chris va se réveiller et Jennifer aussi va se réveiller. Il y a 5000 personnes qui sont à bord. Could you sum up the movie in 3 words to convince people to go see it?
3 words?
Yes, many people in the internet asked it. Est-ce que vous pouvez décrire le film en 3 mots? Il y a beaucoup de questions là-dessus.
Greatest film ever.
Le plus grand film de tous les temps, bah comme ça, c'est clair. Alors, Stéphanie demande, qu'est-ce qui vous a convaincu, Jennifer, pour dire oui à ce projet? Why did you accept this movie? Ask Stephanie.
I had never been I had never had so much fun reading a script before. I really enjoyed it, and I thought that, you know, the themes are so intimate, and I like any story that poses a question, that creates a conversation. I feel like everybody in the audience will leave with a different opinion. And it asked a lot of questions, and I liked that. And Pratt was already attached to it, and I had been wanting to work with him for a while. I tried to get him on another job, but it just wouldn't work. So I was excited to work with him, and I had never been I really love the script.
Jennifer a beaucoup aimé le script et notamment le fait qu'il y a des questions qu'on se pose après le film. Évidemment, on ne va pas vous dire quelles questions parce que c'est ce qu'on découvre pendant le film. Chris, you have been shooting in other science fiction movies like Les Gardiens de la Galaxie, évidemment, but this one is very different. It's a space movie as well, but very different from the previous one.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This isn't my first time being in space in a movie, but couldn't be more different. It's this is an epic film, and it's very much rooted in humanity and earthly human beings. We're two people who are put into a situation because of a malfunction in our hibernation pods. We wake up and we're forced to spend, you know, the rest of our lives in solitude. And it's definitely a different movie. It's got elements of action, drama, romance, and it feels very epic in scope.
C'est un film très différent, c'est un film qui a une dimension épique, avec de l'amour, avec du suspense, avec beaucoup d'humour aussi, with a lot of humor, which is a common point with your previous movies. At the beginning, mostly a lot of humor.
Oh yeah, I think there are moments of levity in this movie, but it's got Jennifer and myself, and so I think naturally there'll be a little bit of lighthearted humor that just comes from maybe our own personalities bleeding into these characters, but you know, there are elements of humor, but it's not any one thing. It's not a comedy, it's not a drama, it's not a sci-fi, it's not a thriller, it's not a romance, it's all of those things.
Ouais, c'est pas une comédie, c'est pas de la science-fiction, c'est un peu tout ça en même temps. C'est vrai, Jennifer, que vous avez la réputation tous les deux. You have both the reputation of being funny, making jokes, and everything. Was that the atmosphere on the set, or not at all?
Not at all. We were very serious. We barely spoke in between takes.
She was. I don't know what the French word for nightmare is.
Cauchemar. Il se dit que c'était un cauchemar de travailler avec elle.
How do you say the worst?
It was
La pire partenaire ever.
le pire.
Le pire.
No, we had a blast, and it could have been so scary. You know, you're spending 16 plus hours a day with the same person for months. I mean, that could have been really, really bad.
Yeah.
But it was really amazing. I mean, he made me laugh every 5 minutes, every 2 minutes. I was gonna say every day, but
Oh, that's true. We both laughed a lot. We both, and it could have been difficult if
yeah.
you know. I
And that
think.
came in a little bit in the movie. We have some improv stuff on some dates and stuff.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think you're too actually funny for them to keep it in the movie.
Oh, yeah, right. Maybe it doesn't work for the character because he's not like
Suave.
like world
Le pire.
class. Yeah, he's not the worst.
Je vais essayer de traduire, évidemment pas tout, mais vous pourrez revoir. En fait, Jennifer dit que Chris est quelqu'un d'extrêmement drôle, qui faisait des blagues à peu près toutes les 5 minutes, et que c'est mieux quand on passe 16 heures par jour avec quelqu'un confiné comme ça dans un espace, c'est mieux si ça se passe bien. Sorry, say that again louder.
I said,
She's translating for me.
yeah.
Really? She
Yes.
said she believes that you're going to give me free coffee.
Absolutely.
A free bag of coffee.
Yeah,
that's-
earlier I thought someone said, and Jennifer is OCD.
Yeah.
Il y a Anna d'ailleurs qui nous demande, est-ce que vous parlez français? Est-ce que vous comprenez? Do you speak French?
No, I'm sorry.
No, I don't. Unfortunately, I don't.
Not at all. You never learned it at school?
Like a little bit. I can list all the days in a week, so that'll get me by if I was left here.
You have one word a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can say on y va.
On y va. Alors on continue. Il y a notamment Anna qui demande comment vous avez fait pour tourner les scènes d'absence de gravité. Could you tell us, Jennifer, about the scenes with the lack of gravity? How did you do that?
Well, he actually had a harder time because he was wearing a 75-pound spacesuit and had to look like it was light. I had the most difficult scene I've probably ever done in my whole career was the water scenes because you're spending 12 hours a day in water.
Il y a une scène incroyable dans l'eau où elle est dans une bulle d'eau en fait, et c'était ça qui était le plus difficile à tourner parce que pour Chris en revanche il y avait un costume de spationaute très très lourd à porter.
That was very rude. I'm just kidding.
Sorry.
I'm just kidding. But when they showed me the previs, they showed me what they were going to do with the CGI, and it was just the coolest thing I'd ever seen. I've never seen a scene like that in any movie, so I mean, it was definitely worth it.
Something
Sorry.
fair.
It's just a diamond.
Okay, no problem. Don't forget it here. Oh, it's proposing. It's like a scene in the movie, actually, what we just saw. Sorry about that. No. Don't spoil. But technically, how did you do this lack of gravity thing, Chris?
A lot of the budget from the movie was used to send us to space. We spent several weeks in zero gravity in orbit around the planet. It was a combination of many things, a combination of animation as well as wire work with hanging from wires and creating the illusion that you're in zero gravity. It was difficult. It was technically very, very challenging. But I kind of like that stuff because in a movie, there's always some level of exhaustion somewhere, so it's nice to be able to distribute the exhaustion. Like sometimes you'll be mentally exhausted from doing a scene that's really dialogue heavy or emotionally exhausted for something that requires some depth of emotion, but then there's days that are just physical days where you are a prop and you're being hoisted in the air and flung around, and so I kind of like being able to distribute that so you don't get the days that you're feeling physically tired, the next day you do something that will mentally tire you out.
Alors, ce que nous dit Chris, c'est qu'au début, il nous disait qu'en fait, la production, ça a coûté très cher parce qu'il a fallu les envoyer vraiment dans l'espace, et c'est pour ça que l'illusion est si parfaite. Alors en fait, non, ils étaient attachés à des câbles, et c'était physiquement assez épuisant. Est-ce que, c'est Sarah qui demande, tiens, Jennifer, si vous deviez partir pour un long voyage, quelle est la chose que vous emporteriez? You just answered. If you had a long trip to make, what is the thing that you would take with you? The one thing you would absolutely take with you?
A classic novel.
Un roman. Which one?
I mean,
Which
I
classic
guess,
novel?
I guess my cell phone, because I can't even like leave the room without my cell phone. So it'd be ridiculous to think that I could leave the planet without my phone, even though I doubt it would work.
Yeah, you would be hard to get service.
Yeah, it would be.
Ah, ça serait son téléphone portable. And what about you, Chris?
If I could bring one thing, oh,
Baby.
yeah, my child. Oh yeah, my family. That's one thing. I'd bring my family. No. An Xbox, and then my family. If I could bring two things, I would bring an Xbox and a PlayStation. But then if I could bring three things, Xbox, PlayStation,
Rubik's Cube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just because I'm crazy about Rubik's Cubes. But if I could bring four things, Xbox, PlayStation, Rubik's Cube, and I'd have to bring, you know what? I have this thing about gum. I have to have gum. But that's a compulsive thing. So if I got five things, my family would get to come with me, which is really cool.
Alors je vais essayer de résumer ce que nous a dit Chris. Il a d'abord dit j'emporterai ma famille, et puis finalement il a dit non, ce serait plutôt une Xbox. Et dit une Xbox, une PlayStation, et puis un chewing-gum, et puis ensuite éventuellement sa famille. Vous avez travaillé tous les deux avec un Français, figurez-vous. You've been working, both of you, with a French guy. His name is Omar Sy. You've been working with him on the X-Men and you in Jurassic World. Yes. Could you tell us about him? How was it to work with him?
Le pire.
Pierre again.
No, I actually I didn't get to work with him but I've met him and he's incredibly nice and he's an amazing actor. I'm a huge fan. But you worked with him.
Yeah, I worked with him, and there's a reason he's a star. He's just got such charisma. He's very obviously a tremendous talent, but on top of that, just a really nice, genuine person, and a good family man. I like him a lot. I think I just adore Omar.
Omar Sy qui a visiblement fait une bonne impression. Jennifer l'a assez peu croisé sur le tournage de X-Men, mais Chris a beaucoup travaillé avec lui sur Jurassic World et il dit qu'il a des qualités évidemment d'acteur, mais aussi des qualités humaines et que c'est une très belle personne évidemment. Omar Sy, la plus grosse star française la plus populaire, most popular guy in France. Omar Sy, I don't know if you knew that. There's another actor that you met, Jennifer, and it's Jean Dujardin on the Academy Awards ceremony. Vous avez rencontré Jean Dujardin. C'est lui qui vous a remis votre Oscar. Did you have some time to talk with him, to share about the experience of the first Academy Award with Jean Dujardin? Est-ce que vous avez discuté un peu avec Jean Dujardin?
No, he handed me the Oscar and I shoved him, grabbed the Oscar and shoved him out of the way. No, I never actually did get to. I think backstage I met him. He was very nice. But yeah, I mean, I'll always remember him as the man who called my name at that really incredible time.
Jennifer se souviendra toujours de Jean Dujardin comme l'homme qui a prononcé son nom au moment d'aller chercher l'Oscar lorsqu'elle l'a eu pour Happiness Therapy. Merci beaucoup à tous les deux. Thank you very much. On rappelle le film, c'est Passenger. Il sort le 28 décembre en France. Un film, vous avez compris, qui est au croisement de plein de genres, science-fiction, romance, humour, etc., etc. À découvrir le 28 décembre. Thank you so much for sharing this moment with our fans on the Facebook page and the Facebook Live. Merci beaucoup et à très vite en France. Au revoir. Merci.
Au revoir.
Au revoir, merci.
Merci. Thank you, guys.